Like you don't buy cheap toilet paper. It's the same thing. Kate will tell you there's a few things you don't get at Costco, okay? We bought kitty litter at Costco once. Big mistake. The kitty litter at Costco is one of the worst kitty litters I've ever had. You got to make a special trip. You got to get that on Amazon. I bought toilet paper at Costco because I thought that was one of the things you always get at Costco. And it was like 2-ply, but they didn't glue the plies together properly. So every time you pull on it, it would split into like 2 1-ply. It'll never happen. Well, we did buy our next toilet paper from Costco, but we didn't get Kirkland's Signature. Let's put it that way. I think we bought Charmin. It's crazy to me. Like, we as a population need to demand better. Not just from Costco, but how is it possible that every public bathroom still uses 1-ply toilet paper? I get that they have a lot of people using the bathroom and their toilet paper expenses are more than like the average household, but people are also going into their store and spending like money. So doesn't it come out in the wash? You can't get 2-ply toilet paper like in the Safeway washroom? What are we doing here as a society, man? It just seems like we've messed up if we're not trusted with 2-ply toilet paper. It's like a basic human right. People will steal it? Bro, people are stealing everything anyway. They're gonna steal it, they might as well be stealing like some stuff that's actually gonna clean their ass. Hey Quex, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Big 2-ply enjoyer, or even, I mean, a 3-ply even, I wouldn't kick them out for suggesting 3-ply. I'm not gonna make it like a prerequisite, but next time I use like a cafe bathroom and there's real toilet paper in there, I'm gonna make sure to comment to the barrister. I'm gonna say, hey brother, great job on the toilet paper in that bathroom. Yeah, then I'm gonna steal it. Sure, tears up. I'm for it. This is Balls of Steel. I'm gonna be fast as fuck, boy. People are talking about half-ply in chat. There can't be a half-ply, right? That's like splitting the atom. There can be lower quality single-ply, but how can there be a half-ply? I thought a ply was like it's the basic unit for one layer. Look at that dodge. Yeah, it's indivisible. 1-ply, indivisible, under God. Hallowed be thy name. You can split the atom? Okay, Oppenheimer. Bro thinks he's Oppenheimer for real. You know what? You're not even fit to carry Oppie's briefcase. Don't flatter yourself. I knew Oppenheimer, and you, sir, are no Robert J. Oppenheimer. Yeah, I know his full name. I've seen the movie. I've seen the post-credits sequence. I can ride my bike with no handlebars. Okay, good for you. I oftentimes see people doing that, and I know that they think they look cool, and they do kind of look a little bit cool, I'll admit. I am going to say one thing, though, and some people aren't going to like it, and some people are going to say thank you for saying it. I don't think you should be doing it in traffic. Like, that just seems like you're asking for trouble. No, we will not be touching these. Like, I know you're like, I'm good at biking, though. Yeah, but like, you might want to... That's like me not putting my hands on the steering wheel and being like, don't worry, the car drives itself. And you're like, brother, I've seen the videos. That's what I'm afraid of. Holy cow. Is the Thame good now? -2, it's cooler in traffic? Well, yeah, because, like, the risk of you dying is higher. I wasn't even going to talk about it, but we're starved for discourse. You see the video of the New York cyclist yelling at everybody in the bike lane? Oh, man. We don't need to get into it. Everybody agrees that guy's an asshole. He doesn't represent all cyclists. He doesn't speak for you. I understand. The video itself, though, I don't even remember what you do. The video itself is very funny to watch. He was 100% right. Well... There is the you're not wrong, you're just an asshole, Walter. But then there is also, like, you got to remember, if you're a cyclist and you're shit-talking cars that are in the bike lane, you're going to get a lot of +2s for that. And I think it's understandable, especially if it's just a normie driving a car. You know, that's, like, not paying attention. But when it's, like, people that are, like, walking or, you know, pushing... goods that are going to a business that is like adjacent to the bike lane on the street and stuff like that, you gotta realize you're fighting an uphill battle there. Like the infrastructure is not built for the bike lane to be exclusively for bikes, you know? Like the same way, like when you leave your house, your bike is not on a bike lane, you know? It starts out in your garage and then you go to a sidewalk and then it goes to the road, and then it goes to a bike lane. It's the same way, like, if you're trying to get to a store, you may have to walk across the bike lane in order to get to the store. But the important part is, you shouldn't just be yelling at people nonstop to begin with. You should be showing some understanding for the people around you that are, you know, just trying to get through their day the same way you are. You're making your whole personality like... What it is actually cringe. And I hate to use the nuclear word, but it's the same thing if you're driving with somebody and all they do is go like, look at this bozo, didn't turn on his signal light. Look at this bozo. What is he doing in the HOV lane when he doesn't have an electric car? It's like, brother, you want your whole life to just be pointing out like other people doing wrong things on the road? You just gotta, you know, don't make it your whole personality. Just take yourself to the grocery store and then go live your life, you know? Oh, that's what this does. Like, life's too short. You're getting worked up over nothing, man. Also, I want to see... I just want to ask. I have a bias that he may or may not respect stop signs. But that's all it is. It's just a bias. I don't have any proof that he doesn't respect stop signs. I'm just suggesting that for me personally, it would be devastating to find out that someone who's in love with the rules of the road doesn't respect stop signs themselves. That would be the sort of thing that would undermine their entire point. But that may not be true. That may not be true. That's my headcanon. He runs a red in the video. I didn't say it. You said it. It's called an Idaho stop. Idaho, don't flatter yourself. It's called a California stop, okay? Like, no disrespect. You got potatoes. I'm sure you got other stuff. Boise State's football team. It is not called an Idaho stop. It's a California stop, okay? No, a California roll is a kind of sushi invented in Vancouver that apparently does not have mayonnaise in it. Depending on who you ask. I always heard that it does, and I've always experienced that it does, but we don't have to get into that. Please. Okay. I've only ever had them with cream cheese. Really, a California roll with cream cheese. See, now everybody's got their own version of this. It's kind of crazy that everybody keeps making their own California roll. I was going to say because it sucks, but I guess that's the reason people keep making new ones, is they're like, I'm going to make a California roll that doesn't suck. I think that will be a reroll. And they failed yet again, because you can't win. Have you been to Conveyor Belt Sushi? I have. Conveyor Belt Sushi is like, I don't know, it's fine. The thing that will mess with you about Conveyor Belt Sushi, if you are romanticizing the idea of it, is that I prefer seeing the price of something on the menu and then scaling my appetite to whatever food that I get. Because it's kind of like you serve yourself the same way you do at a buffet, but then at the end of the meal, you realize that like some of these plates are like $3 each, some of them are $4 each, and some of them are $5 each. And you're like, what the hell? I just ate like $90 of B-tier sushi that like I was just eating because I was bored. So for me personally, I would rather get like, I would rather be like, hey, give me a spicy salmon combo, and then when the food's gone, I stop eating. But it's, for a novelty, it's kind of nice. But it'll also make you like resent your fellow diners from time to time. I don't know about this one, boss. No, maybe I'm a genius. Because sometimes you sit downstream of the chef. So you're like 7 tables past where the orders are coming out. And the people who are sitting earlier in the order than you keep taking the good shit and just leaving you with stuff that you don't want. Either because it's too expensive or because it's not your favorite piece. And you're like, what the hell, bro? Like, let some of the salmon skin rolls pass down. It's $1.50 a plate, and it's like, it's a great roll. And they're like, no. And then you watch like the same kind of fucking custard go around like 35 times, and you're like, you're not gonna get me, man. Just take the custard away. Holy cow, he's cracked. I was going to ask, is that lump of coal? I don't think so. Conveyor belt sushi for me is kind of like Korean street food. It's like people who haven't had it are like, oh man, I would love it. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not going to change your life, I guess, is where I would conclude my statement on it. Like you can only have a crinkle cut French fry coated corn dog so many times before you're like, I think I'd rather just eat like some bibimbap or something like that. Hang on though, that sounds great. You get over it pretty quick. It's kind of like bad French fries surrounding like a not so good corn dog most of the time. That's one where I would rather just have a good corn dog and then the crinkle cut fries on the side, personally, but I don't know. I was gonna say there's a market for it, and I guess there is, but I kind of feel like the Korean corn dog phase has come and gone. Like there was some Korean hot dog restaurants that opened in Vancouver, some food trucks and stuff like that, and then I feel like they kind of fell off. But that might also be, I'm getting my timeline confused. I don't know if this is pre-COVID, during COVID, last week, I don't know. A bunch just opened here in Boston. Yeah, but that's Boston. Like Boston to Vancouver is kind of like Ohio to Boston, if you know what I mean. No disrespect. It's just, I'm just hitting you with some sports banter, you motherfucker, you. You beat Toronto on Saturday. I was pleased to see that. You're right, the one in Richmond closed. Is it possible that there was just a traffic jam so huge in the parking lot that they're still sorting it out now, like 3 weeks later? No disrespect to Richmond. Maybe that's just like around the bridge and the airport and Costco, which are all like really close together, but when I'm at Costco, I'm like, this owns. Then I'm like, fuck! I gotta leave Costco and drive through Richmond. Son of a bitch, bro! Why are there so many people? One time I got stuck in the Aberdeen Center parking lot for 90 minutes. It do be like that sometimes. I've never been stuck for 90 minutes, but it's crazy out there. Stay safe, y'all. I think I want this. You ever get gas at Costco? When I ordered the chicken strips, yeah. That's why I usually try to stick to the hot dog. I do have a little bit of a bone to pick, though. I heard my wife talking about it yesterday. I'm not a relish guy on my hot dog. I don't mind it, but I'm kind of like a low-maintenance Andy for the most part, believe it or not. As long as I have my highly specific exercise bike with me in the morning, I'm happy. I'm kind of like a modern-day ascetic, I guess you could say. So I don't really notice this, but my wife is a classic American hot dog consumer. She likes, I prefer not to lose my eternal heart. She likes a strip of ketchup, a strip of mustard, and a strip of relish on her hot dog. And the Costco that we've been going to has not had relish for like a month. And sometimes they don't even have lids for the drinks. And I don't know if this is like mental illness manifesting itself, but a fountain drink is like 25% worse with no lid. Like something about the straw really improves the quality of the beverage. If you're just drinking it out of the cup, it's like you kind of feel like the Diet Pepsi is not tasting so good. Sure, I'll take it. Like, we gotta up the lid game. I understand they're moving insane volume, but like, we need relish. I understand the onions are never coming back, okay? Things never get better, they only get worse. That's fine. The onions are never coming back. But we could at least be including lids. Like your Costco, what do you mean you ran out of lids? This is the place people go to not run out of stuff. Like, it just doesn't pass the smell test. It smelt, why not? Yes. I'm Lord of the Flies now, I think. I've become the Lord of the Flies. I am the Lord of the Flies, said he. Ann Arbor Costco just has cups of onions sitting on the counter. Yeah, bro, that's Ann Arbor. That's you Mish country, okay? That's like saying, oh, in the Hamptons, like, they just leave the napkins out. You could take as many as you want. Well, the rest of the world, okay, it's like it's a knife fight out here, okay? It's like a prison riot. I don't know if you leave Ann Arbor. In the rest of North America, you're not allowed to have nice things because bad people might take advantage of it. That's the logic that we're living with out here, okay? Yeah, I don't know how we found ourselves in this situation, We're like, yeah, no, we can't have good toilet paper in a public bathroom because someone else might steal it. Do you see what they're doing to us, man? They got us all pitted against each other. I'm going in. Worth. You should move to Ann Arbor then. First off, I'm not an American citizen. Secondly, I'm not paying that much money to live in Michigan. It's just simply not going to happen. If I'm paying Ann Arbor prices, I'm moving to some place where it never snows, okay? That's simply not going to pass. I know, Dan, I know you hate Ann Arbor because you're a Spartan, okay? That being said, listen, I watched a little college football this year because my boy Penix Jr. is winning the Heisman. Well, I mean, honestly, he made a pretty good case over Bo Nix in the Pac-2 championship game. But regardless, every time the Michigan State score came on the ticker, you know, I was not even going to razz you. It's just bad. You're getting blown out like 47 to literally 0. You're like, what are they doing over there, man? What happened? Our coach got fired for phone $$X. Okay, now, I didn't know that. Is the coach really that important in football, though? I thought it was mostly the quarterback. Yeah, they're pretty important. Oh, okay. He was fired for having phone sex. I'm going to guess like it wasn't with his wife then. I don't know the details of this, okay? I just love that coach got fired for phone sex. That's true. It's embarrassing enough to have phone sex with your spouse. You probably just need... That's extremely boomer-coded, man. Like, phone sex? Really? What is like a straight out of American Pie 2 or something like that? Meanwhile, millennials are so riddled with anxiety, they try to have phone sex and they can't even get it up. Am I right? Oh, man. Me to the 72-year-old chain smoker on the other end of the phone sex line. Sorry, this has never happened before. Spoilers, it happens every time. Literally every time. Don't worry, millennials are having omega online sex. No, we're not. We're going through our third once-in-a-lifetime recession. Hey, right? Who's out of touch now? Discord kitten roll call? Let's not and say we did, Sherlock. Meow. Okay, I would like a good item, but that's illegal. So I will be leaving instead. I thought this item gave us no spacebar items. That's the other one? Every time I think I got a good Isaac and a good item, and can it? Every time I think I got a good item in Isaac. No, that's the other one that looks almost exactly the same. They don't look the same. They look very similar. Okay, listen, buddy. I come here to tell lies, okay? It's the first thing you got to know about this. Call me P. Exactly. Is it worth entering curse rooms? Listen, I say this with all due respect. Let's just analyze the question before we give an answer. It's 2023. Rebirth came out 9 years ago. It's having its 10-year anniversary like next September. Is this pertinent information? Are you going to the World Championship of Isaacs? Are we doing like a new Binding of Isaac racing league? What do we do? We're just marking time, right? Let's just have fun with one another. We don't need to go through the song and the dance of Isaac's strategy. We've been there and we've done that. And some of you have literally bought the t-shirt. Could be talking about any number of things. Like, here's something for you. They should start selling, in my personnel opinion, I'd really like some of these items. They should start selling half bags of spinach at the grocery store. 1 bag of spinach is fine, you know. If you got people in your house that love eating spinach, you can definitely use a bag before it goes bad. But a half bag would be like my choice of how much spinach to get. Probably 9 times out of 10 at the grocery store. Just split the bag. Why does it always fall onto the consumer to do this stuff? Isn't that the point of economics, DL Guiga? Isn't it that if there's a demand for something in the market would fill it? Look at the +2s in chat. People are saying there's a demand for a half-size spinach bag. Just split the bag. Okay, maybe they should just fucking sell the spinach leaves per leaf. How about that? Motherfuckers who drive GMC Yukons be like, aren't you worried about having a second plastic bag? No, because the 2 plastic bags, we go through this every time. There's not 1 plastic bag. It's a volume, or really a surface area of plastic. And if you have, I don't know the exact calculation, okay? But if you have a smaller volume, the surface area decreases proportionally as well. So it's not double the plastic to make 2 bags if the bags are 60% of the size of the original bag. Chad says it's 13% more plastic. That's a price I'm willing to pay. Oh, all of a sudden that's too much plastic, but you're okay with wasting spinach. Okay, make it make sense. Do you know how much plastic it takes to grow a cup of spinach? No, I bet you don't. It's probably a lot. I'm dead. Oh, hey, just in time for Lethal Company. Okay, slash marker. Isaac. 4.